I'm visiting with Jim Schrefler, Area Horticulturalist at the West Watkins Research and Extension Center. Jim, you're going to share us a little bit of information about onions and day length?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, onions are maybe not well known as a commercial crop in Oklahoma, but they're extremely important to home gardeners.
Absolutely.
It's probably after tomatoes, onions are the second most important crop, to the number of gardeners. And we do have some, I guess I might add, we do have some commercial production in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And we've been doing some variety evaluations here to look at some new varieties that have been developed recently by several different seed companies, just to see how they perform here in Oklahoma.
Okay. And now, a lot of maybe home gardeners aren't very aware that there's two different types of onions. Well, there's many different onions, but with our bulbing, their day length can be very important.
Right. The day length, as the days are increasing, the length of the day is what triggers the onion to begin to form a bulb.
Mm-hmm.
It's opposed to just making leaves. And there's two different types, and these are examples of those two. This one is what we call a short day onion. This is 1015Y, a real common onion in gardens, and it's one of the earlier maturing ones.
Okay.
Now this one I have in my right hand is Candy, and that's what we call an intermediate day length onion, and it matures a few weeks later than 1015Y.
Okay.
So.
And what sort of clues can a homeowner look for that indicates the onion's ready to be harvested, that it is mature?
Okay, definitely when the top is fallen like this, the bulb is not going to grow any larger.
Okay.
So you might as well get it out of the field before it can decay or anything else happens to it.
Okay. And now another thing that we've seen in the field is a little bit of flowering. And maybe it's important to explain a little bit on the biology of the onion.
This, in some years, and this year has been one, when a lot of gardeners are finding some of these in their garden, in their onions. And when this happens, you don't have a useful bulb, a very useful bulb, because the plant has put all its energy into making this seed stalk and produce. These are the flowers, of course, and that's going to produce seeds.
Okay. Now, of course, when the flower begins to emerge, you'll see a little shoot coming up and kind of a diamond-shaped
bud. It'll start as a, your leaves continuously come out, but the leaf that's going to be a seed stalk has a point, like a little arrow on the end of it, and when that happens, you can tell that it's going to produce.
And now it won't ever produce a useful bulb, but we can still maybe harvest that?
Right. What happens is the plant is going to, even it may have had a bulb, larger bulb, but as this seed stalk, there's a lot of plant material here, and it's going to use up all the food reserves in the bulb, and the bulb is going to shrink down. But if you get it while it's real small and cut it off, it can still be used in the kitchen.
You want to just harvest it right away and maybe use it as a fresh onion?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us and sharing a little bit about onions.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.